Vanderpump Rules is coming to an end. Well, not the show itself that we know, but this season we have the reunion coming up this week, and we need to talk about what is going on with Lala Kent. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something comfy, and let's get started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture Joleen Lunzer here to talk about all things pop culture. We do comedy, commentary, we roast, we recap, we talk about our favorite pop culture news stories, our favorite reality shows, and anything that kind of suits our fancy over here. If you're joining us live, hello. Live friends, please sound off in the chat. We love to hear from you. Our live chat is very fun. It's also very interactive, and you guys make it that way. So please feel free to participate, or you can just sit back and relax. I always preface this up top. I am extremely opinionated. I come with all my biases and all my perspective. I'm not, trying to provide some kind of non-biased perspective, but you guys are welcome to have your opinion, even if it's different than mine, in the live chat, and we can just agree to disagree without being buttholes to each other.
That's my opinion!
That's my opinion. Speaking of Tamra Judge and the Real Housewives of Orange County, I'm kind of excited for this upcoming season. Let me know in the live chat if you guys are excited for this. I guess I'm excited because it left us last season with Scheana and Brock and her big car crash, hit and run, drunk driving incident that we really didn't even get to address because it happened after they filmed the reunion. And now with Alexis coming in with Shannon's old boyfriend, I think it might be kind of messy, and everyone's on Ozempic. So I want to see it. Let me know if you guys are excited. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can send a super chat while we're live. I'll highlight your comment. It's a super fun time. You can send a super thanks after the video post. Thank you to those of you who have done that. You can also hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Everything you need to know is on the bottom of the screen and also in the description of this video, including a link to join my YouTube membership and check out my Patreon. So if you feel so obliged, go ahead, but that is not mandatory, and you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. No pressure at all. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good. Amy's excited. Thank you. Happy Saturday. It's still Saturday. Most places, right? I don't know. Probably not everywhere in the world. But happy Saturday. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their Saturday. But I just thought, you know what? We have to talk about Lala. We got to talk about it. You know what we do over here? We give our honest opinion about the shows and the topics we love. These people aren't our friends, so I don't have to be careful what I say. It's just me watching a television show. All right? And you guys obviously feel free to sound off, smash that like if you haven't already. And thank you for watching my Joe video I did yesterday. I did a live, and then I also did a video where I did a parody of her. And if you like that, let me know and I'll do more of that kind of stuff. But you guys were so supportive on it. And I used to do a lot more parodies when I cover Big Brother. But there's only so much hours in the day. Teddy, where you going? Teddy's like, I'm so over this. I am so. He's like, she's talking about stuff again. All right. So thank you, witness. Thank you. There goes Teddy again. All right, you're just going to see my doggos pacing. They just had a treat. They had their yogurt ice cream, their doggy yogurt ice cream, their probiotic yogurt ice cream that they love so much. I think today's flavor was peanut butter, and I see the empty cups on my rug, and Buffy is tired. It's peanut butter and something, not jelly. Is it? No, I don't know. It's peanut butter. Sometimes they're like peanut butter and bacon. And they're like, okay, Power, thank you so much. You love it here. Okay, let's get into Lala. Let's just get into it. All right, because I don't know who this chick is anymore.
Who is she? Where did you find her?
Miss hopping in season 4, and all of a sudden she's the narrator of the show. The person who knows everything. You can't tell her nothing. She's done a complete 180 since we saw her last season. I don't believe this is due to growth or any softness, because if anything, she is I think she's the most prickly woman on the cast. I think the men are all very rage against the machine. They're ragey. Like we've learned, they don't know it, but they're ragey, but they want to put that label on the women. But she is a prickly pear, and it's not because she's soft, because there's nothing soft about this lady. She even has rock hard abs. So nothing is soft, not the spirit, not the body, girl. It is all pointy. All right. So Lala continues to just go on a full on WTF. Well, what are you talking about? What are you doing? In every interview she does, we saw the previews for part 1 of the reunion coming up this week, and we see Lala in the preview taking up for Tom Sandoval and Rachel Raquel, and him showing up, like having some respect for that. It's strange. And then she also pulled this at BravoCon. Remember when she was like, if I was Tom Sandoval and you guys would boo me, I would be like, F you. And I'm like, girl, prove it. Prove it that you would roll up on people. Not when you're on a stage, but like in person. I mean, this chick she's a mess. Now, word on the curb is, you didn't hear this from me, okay? You actually heard this from actual Bravo bloggers. Hey, Ted Dog Millionaire, come on in, baby. People are reporting that Lala has started to wipe her Instagram of like anti-Tim Scumdevil, aka Tom Sandy Butt, aka Tom Sandoval content. She started to wipe that. And we're like, what? Huh? And remember, this is the woman. If she's like, it's growth, I'm over it. Are you over it because you made all the money you could off of it? Because remember, send it to Daryl. She told us on Watch What Happens Live. Got her house in Palm Springs. She said it made her enough money in one day. Thank you, Noreen, for the PayPal. That was so sweet of you. I just got it. Thank you. In one day, it made her enough money for a down payment on like a $1.5 million home. So it was cool when you were profiting off your friend's trauma. And now you're just like, nah, I'm going to go the other way, because maybe you think this other way is A, what production wants, and B, going to keep you employed, aka more money. So instead of Lala having any consistency or being a real friend to Ariana or Katie, she is willing to seemingly throw them completely under the bus for a paycheck, which I think is a really gross trait in humans and also in people that we watch on reality TV. Now, Lala has gotten a lot of backlash from fans. And by backlash, I think people just holding her accountable, going, oh, but girl, just a couple months ago, you were saying something totally different. They're basically just calling out her hypocrisy, and she cannot handle it. As much as Lauren from Utah's like, I don't give a fuck, finger guns in the sky, I am Tupac. She's not. She's no Pac. I'm going to cry on Instagram Live. I'm going to get my feelings. And the worst offense that Lala has done so far is she has turned on the very people that helped her buy that home. So the fans who are Team Lala, there's so much we have to discuss today, you guys. So apologies. We just have a lot of information. Jody, thank you so much for the first super chat of the live. Jody says your channel is the best. Jolene, hello to Nana. Yes, hello to Nana, and happy Mother's Day to Nana, if Nana's in the chat. Okay, the worst parts, I think, or one of the worst parts about all of this going on with Lala is that there is such a hypocrisy, and that she has doubled down and blamed us as if the people that are we're the reason for the season, baby. You have to remember, when you have a fan base, and as someone who's a content creator myself and someone who's a comedian, if I turned on my audience or people that love me every time, they didn't like a joke, or it would be like this. I'm doing my stand-up comedy, I'm doing my jokes, and I was like, you know what? They're not really hitting. You know what I feel like is hitting more? misogynistic jokes. I'm going to be the Candace Owens of feminism. Okay. So I'm going to be anti-woman. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to sell out in that way. I'm going to pander to problematic men. That's what I'm going to do. And then when people come at me and go, but bitch, for years you were saying power to the titties. And now you're what? I can't be like, you guys are just, you're horrible. You're bitches. People it wouldn't make sense. They'd be like, but I bought in on, and I also supported you because I felt like you were kind of this way. And not that artists and things you can't change, but I'm saying like a big change. Like all of a sudden I'm like, you know what, guys, women really don't deserve rights. Right? Oh my God. They're annoying. Wouldn't it be great if it was just all dudes all the time? And I was literally talking about, just getting rid of all the women. Everyone would be like, is Jolene okay? What's happening with her? All right. And so that's where we started. Is Lala okay? What's happening with her? And now she's just like, no, bitch, I'm soft, blah, blah, blah. But she forgets she needs us. You need us. You realize that, right? You're not going to amass an audience big enough to pay for multiple homes here if you are turning against your audience. And I hate when people do that. I really do. I hate when, whether it be actors, actresses, musicians, comedians, reality stars, the people who have supported you and paid your bills. We're not asking you to like call us on the phone and be our friend. We're just asking for consistency and for you not to be a complete hypocrite. And if you are, okay, but then don't go blame us when we're like, we're not a fan of that anymore. We don't like that. We have questions. Thank you, Bara Power, for becoming a YouTube member. So on our podcast, this is what Lala from Lauren from Utah. Not today, Satan. Not today, neck. Not today, ankles, in the words of our friend Candace, formerly of Potomac. This is what she had to say on a little podcast, which I don't know. Raise your hand. Feel free. Put your hands in the chat. Who's going to listen to this podcast if this podcast is Lala if she's faking the funk and she's willing to change her opinion depending on what she thinks pays more? Who's going to listen to that? Who's going to listen to a pro Sandoval, pro toxic men podcast? Anti-Ariana. I'm sorry, what? Who do you think the audience is going to be? What are you? Oh, no, Teddy. Oh, no. You guys. No, Teddy, I know it looks like a toy, but it's not. Oh, come here, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Well, my vintage troll dolls from the 90s that my mom bought me. I have 2 of them, and now one of them doesn't have feet. The joys of dog mom. The mom. Oh, he had such cute feet too. He had such cute feet. Apologies, you guys, for the. Let me make sure you did. Did you do it to the other one? Okay, can you leave the other one alone? Because quick commercial break. Let's listen to what Lala had to say on her podcast while I grab my other troll doll that my mom gave me when I made the cheerleading team in 7th grade and then quit in 8th grade because I was like, I don't think I'm a very good cheerleader. All right. Let's listen to what Lala's most recent podcast, what she had to say about us, the fans.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump
Don't
Rules.
worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay, okay. We will be watching, though, because, yes, we'll
that's
be
why I
watching.
just asked, do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna watch any
until
of-
third
so I
part of the reunion. And it's
Beautiful.
going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on. And I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
I'm tired.
what?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Oh.
Okay, so
Now I know White Boy Dreadlocks did not just call us bitches. Now I know White Boy Dreadlocks did not call us bitches when you're looking like a whole bitch. So now, Lala, we're bitches. We're bitches. Yo, Lauren from Utah, the most disingenuous, inauthentic. Now I know White Boy Dreadlocks is not sitting there looking like a whole damn appropriating fool calling us bitches. The cyst We need a Tom Sandoval. What is going on with these cis straight white men? What in the cis straight white men is going on?
New thing is that, as a cis male,
Did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
Thank you, Anna. Sir, you are from Utah. Sir, you are from Utah. I'm pretty sure they've said he was straight. Maybe he's bi, maybe he's pan. I'm not sure. But yeah. Let's just, and Lala, I wonder why you're not going to watch season 11. Could it be that even you yourself are disgusted by your behavior? Because what would it matter? We're not commentating on season 11 in the season. So you could still watch season 11 and not hear from us. I could see her saying, I'm not going to watch the people on YouTube that cover this. I'm not listening to podcasts. I'm not going to listen to bloggers. But the fact that she doesn't want to watch the season in which she's showcased looking like a whole asshole says more about her behavior, because we're not in the episodes going, yeah, Lala, what the hell? You're being a hypocrite. What's going on? Yo, what you doing? Lauren from Utah, finger guns. It's only you, ma'am. So you just proved our point. You can't even watch yourself on this show. That's you. One more time with feeling, because you can't watch your behavior and how disingenuous, you know, in your heart of hearts that you sold out. Yo, you sold out. You and White Boy Dreads sold out. And who's the girl with the hat? I know it's her assistant. But the way these two are up her ass on this podcast, and honestly, I've only listened to it because of Scandival. Otherwise, I would never listen to a Lala Kent podcast. I just wouldn't. No offense, all offense. I wouldn't listen to that. Especially, it used to be her and Randall. So I could either listen to you and a predator, who you shoved down our throats for years, or I can listen to you and your brother, who wants to call bitches, or wants to call bitches bitches, wants to call women bitches. And all the fans. I don't want to not include the men, because I think he's, I don't know. I assume I don't know if it was a gender neutral bitches. And then the assistant girl, who seems sweet and cute and everything, but just straight up her ass. So I can listen to you and a predator sound dumb, or you and your brother with dreadlocks and the lady you're paying who's up your ass sound dumb. It doesn't seem appealing to me.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump
Don't
Rules.
worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay, okay. We will be watching, though, because, yes.
That's why I just asked, do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR.
Okay, I had to stop real quick. What are you doing? What is her brother doing? What is her brother doing? Did he show up? What's happening? Did he just have a wisdom tooth removed? Did he have oral surgery? Is he taking the shrooms that Rachel Raquel and Tom Sandoval left? What's happening? So I have to watch it. You guys were loving this. You were loving this. Sir, you would have no job without this. Ma'am, you neither. Both ma'ams. Probably. You guys recap episodes. I've listened to podcast episodes of yours where you recap the podcast, but now since Lala looks like a whole asshole, but she's going to blame the fans, we're not watching it anymore. Okay.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump
Don't
Rules.
worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay, okay. We will be watching, though, because, yes.
That's why I just asked, do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna watch any
until
of-
third
so I
part of the reunion. And it's
Beautiful.
going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on. And I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
I'm tired.
what?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Oh.
Okay, so
Way to go, sir. Way to go. I think you earned yourself another episode on the show. You can now live in your sister's casita because you were willing to go, did I do well? Did I do good? Calling them bitches. Rabies bitches. Rabies. Really, Lala? We're rabies bitches? It's just like this woman. Ma'am, you should be so happy you've had the opportunities you've had and you've had the people and the fans. You know how many things we overlooked? Do you guys remember in the reunion last year or in the season last year when it came out that Lala was still the other woman? She was the other woman with Randall, allegedly. God knows who else. And also the other woman with James Kennedy. And we were all so immersed in Scandival. And our hearts were breaking for Ariana. And we were just in shock that Rachel Raquel and Tom Sandoval could do this for this long of a time to Ariana that we were like, we can't process that. But let's process it. Now we've had multiple seasons where you have been the other woman, where you are just humping dudes in relationships. You could easily be in Rachel Raquel's spot. Rachel Raquel just, hers just hit better, I guess. Hers just hit different and it hit better. You know, I know now that she's friends with Randall's ex-wife. Which she's, I guess that they've come a long way, took a long time. But you realize you're still the other woman. So to put yourself on this pedestal like you're somehow better than the fans and we're rabies bitches? Okay, Lauren. Cool story. Yo. Lauren, stop. Jill Christine, thank you so much for the super sticker. Tiffany Jefferson, thank you so much. Thanks for the therapy between Lala and Scheana and Joe. I'm exhausted. Tiffany, yes. Me too. Same. Yeah, shut up, blah, blah. Blah, blah, shut up. You're lying, and you're lying with your whole chest, as people like to say. Say it with your whole chest. I think she's lying with half her chest at this point because she knows she's lying. She knows she's lying. And Lala, from day one, I don't think it's necessarily, we gave you so much grace. We really did as fans through the years, and especially during Scandival. I don't think it's that you really saw Raquel for who she was. I think you saw competition, and you were jealous because you've been humping James Kennedy for quite a while, or were humping him. Hopefully you're not trying to do that anymore. Hopefully you wouldn't do that to Allie. Oh my gosh, yes. And not official. Thank you, Justine. But remember how she was playing up the Jax when him and Brittany were together, when Brittany was relatively new on the scene. She was like, yeah. And then she has been asked about that recently, and she said, oh no, we were just I was drinking and we never really did anything. And I'm like, So when I tell you that she will sleep with one of the Toms, that's what I'm talking about. That's honestly what I'm talking about. But girl, we had your back. I was willing to just bury this stuff down. But now when your true character comes out and starts to show, you're like, okay. All right. Well, I guess you don't need us anymore. I guess we're just going to say things how they are. The thing about Lala is glass houses, baby. We don't got to make up anything. You've shown us on this television show who you are, and you continue to show us. And there's so much that people have overlooked and supported you. Yeah, going topless in front of Schwartz to annoy Katie, knowing it would. Again, free the titty. I totally believe, but we knew what you were doing. Oh my gosh. Layla says, I noticed Lala continues to move the day for when the audience will magically get a lobotomy and agree with her. Oh, I hope she moves that day to never, because it's never going to happen. First, it was wait until the season starts, then second half, then finale. Now it's the last episode of the reunion. No, she knows she's going to get eaten up, and she knows she's getting eaten up in these comments because she's erasing things off of her social media because of that, which is such a weak ass move. You realize the things that you post like that, people are they're still going to be able to find them. That's why it's far better to just be a consistent person, especially when you're on shows like these. And I think people appreciate that in their reality personalities and in the people, in their entertainers, a consistency and not someone who's just going to sell out the first chance they can. But I don't know why I even believed that Lala wasn't capable of this, because She is. She totally is. Shout out to the Vanderpump Rules Reddit, who it's like, Lala, do you remember saying this? Everyone needs to be warned about this person. This is a dangerous human being. This is just literally a year ago, maybe a year now ago that you said this about Tom Sandoval. The man now, you're like, oh my God, you can't film a scene with him. This is ridiculous. Now you seem to have more vitriol and hate, even though you're in your soft era, baby girl, for Ariana. And it's so much jealousy, which is crazy. And everything that Lala keeps saying about Ariana shoving Tom Sandoval down our throat, I'm like, no, girl, that was you with Randall. That was you. Tom Sandoval is an OG cast member. I don't enjoy Tom Sandoval, but he was here. How was Ariana shoving him down our throat? He's in business with Lisa Vanderpump. He was going to be on the show regardless if Ariana dated him or not. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's listen to a few of the things we have to look forward to and react with Lala coming up here. Okay, let's just listen to some of the things she's saying on the after show. Shall we? Shall we just take a listen? Then you guys tell me what you think. You guys tell me what you think. Melissa said, Joleen, it's like you said before, when you are something, you don't need to say it. You just do it. Exactly. Thank you for remembering that, Melissa. All right. So this is, does Scheana, here, let's just play this one. Okay.
I want to talk about something you've seen from the Super Tees.
I've never experienced someone who gets cheated on and suddenly she becomes God.
What did you mean by that?
That I've never seen someone go from like the entire world being so indifferent to this person, right? It was like no one ever spoke about her. And now what she says f***ing goes.
That's such a Lala thing to say, and you can break that down, but like it's so.
I don't think anyone would have, in their imagination, figured about the impact that this scandal would have had on the world.
I've seen someone that's very making the best out of a situation that happened. She's forever grateful. She's been working her ass off.
Yeah, look at her in Broadway. Chicago. It's the number one show. It's the number one show in their history that they've had. Sold out most tickets, and she extended a little bit because she's taken advantage of the opportunity that was put in front of her. And I don't think anyone's going to hold her upset about that. Obviously,
doing a good
Scheana
job at it too. She's not half-assing anything. You better get a little cocky after that. I'm just saying. I mean, you don't want to find me after my Broadway show. I've been running down Times Square with my cane after. Hello, can I get a picture? No.
I've been preparing.
Lala, the cis straight men are even having better takes about Ariana than you are. The fact that this woman came in season 4 and told us, the audience she claims to hate, the rabies-infested bitches that her and her white boy Dread's brother want to label us, that Ariana was irrelevant. How do you know? Did you take a poll? Baby girl, Ariana has been more relevant than you'll ever be. She was relevant before. She'll be relevant after. She keeps getting more and more relevant. People were talking about her. Ariana has been my favorite cast member almost the entire series of Vanderpump Rules. You know, we all had our like early Stassi, and some people still like Stassi, but we had early Stassi vibes. But Ariana has been literally the feminist killjoy I love. I enjoyed her so much. And I always tell this story, but it was before Scandal, doing the live show with Zach Peter and Up and Adam. Shout out to Zach Peter, Up and Adam, and Jason. And doing jokes in front of Ariana and telling the Toms the best thing about them was Ariana. And you could go back and play the tapes from their show. I mean, a lot of people enjoyed Ariana. Now you, ma'am, I've tried through the year. I really have. There were times where I was like really cheering for you. But this is a whole level of gross. It's unnecessary for Lala at this point to be out here saying this. It doesn't make sense. And like Judge Judy says, if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. And it's definitely not true. There's just no need for her to go to these lengths to profit off her friend's trauma, make money, get the house, and then be like, Ariana wasn't even relevant. Just it does not make any sense at this point. The Bravo Watcher tweeted Lala's ending rant. So in addition to what's going on Watch What Happens Live, which she seems to be doubling down on, Lala's ending rant in the finale was so full of hatred and hypocrisy. You have to be truthful when it's uncomfortable, says the woman who hid her boyfriend for years and physically threatened anyone who brought him up. Remember those fun years on Vanderpump when the season was tanking? Those are some of the worst seasons of Vanderpump Rules. Oh my gosh, horrid. And she literally would physically threaten anyone. And she brought this old man with a smoker voice in. He was like, I'm Miranda, I want to play pickleball. And we were like, no, this show used to be fun. They were partying. They were having a good time. Sure, they were cheating on each other and stuff was going on, but they were young. And now we got old iron lung telling us we got to play friggin' pickleball. No. Right? Horrible. Lala is a friend to no one. Scheana, you better open your eyes. You better open your eyes. Life with Bear. Oh, where did I get my headbands? I usually get my headbands, honestly, at like TJ Maxx, one of those stores. TJ Maxx, Target, anywhere where I can get a deal on headbands, occasionally Amazon. Shout out to Jerusha, who sent me some really cute like spa headbands that I love to wear. So this is, Lala out here just, oh my gosh. Did I screen record this? Who was the least supportive in your breakup with Rand? Okay. I don't know if I screen recorded that. So we have Lala out here going, Ariana, no one was talking about that bitch, wasn't? Girl, you've been telling us season after season that Ariana's ass hits like this. Ariana's the best. Ariana's beautiful. You basically were in love with Ariana. It went like Stassi, Ariana, the two you were obsessed with. And now you still are obsessed with Stassi and telling us that Ariana is walking around thinking that she's Beyonce. However, some of the wonderful Bravo sleuths have found that I don't think it is, in fact, Ariana who thinks she's Beyonce. And shout out to Christina Coca. She reminded us that Lala's, the person she looks up to the most, being Stassi Schroeder, said on, I think it was like her last reunion that she was on Vanderpump Rules, if you're not the Beyonce in your own life, what are you doing? And I haven't heard Lala say boo about that. It's just, and she's also made references to herself. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Shout out to, okay, here we go. Let's open this one. So speaking of people thinking they are Beyonce, do you think that it's almost like she doesn't, like someone has hacked into her brain? She has like one of those, maybe she's just an asshole, which is probably the case. Okay. But maybe someone has hacked into her brain and she has she's got like a worm, one of those, like that could happen, right? I don't know. I think I've seen it on American Horror Story. Something grew, there's a fungus among us in her brain. So this is Beyonce and Jay-Z posting, looking regal, looking cool, looking all the things beautiful, with Meghan Markle as the queen behind them. This is Lala and the Predator, Big Ed's older brother, posting with I don't know who this is. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. So who thinks remember when she was doing this? And this is for their podcast. The thing is, why do you want to make yourself look stupid? So they use these for their, like, give them Lala with Randall live. Did anyone have the misfortune of attending this or going to this? Or did anyone listen to this podcast when she had Randall as her co-host? the guy she was just like, that's my man. And then James Kennedy would always come at him and call him like the old fat man or something. She was like, don't come for my man. I mean, this is embarrassing. Blah, blah. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You did, Joleen? Okay. What could they possibly, what insider, what interesting takes could they have? I mean, neither of them are particularly witty, funny. They're both kind of scammers, allegedly. Again, everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged for entertainment purposes only. But what was the, and this is no shade to you because I listened to some dumb shit. But what was it about it that people would listen to? Joleen says it was just the stroke Randall ego show. I had a feeling because she was like, she knew where the money was coming from. So that's why she had to stroke Rand in many ways, boasting about being a blended family. And do you remember how Lala made this show? So she wants to also say on this after show that Ariana has brought nothing to the show. She's never had a storyline, which is completely untrue. We've talked about this many times. Ariana has shown her whole life. She's talked about losing her father. She's shown her relationship, whether her and Tom Sandoval or Tom Sandoval now wants to rewrite history and say we weren't being honest when really he wasn't being honest. Okay. She's talked about her mental illness. She's talked about body dysmorphia. She's talked about previous relationships where there's been abuse. She has been, her friendships are obviously out there on display. She literally told Lala, Stassi, and the other women that she wasn't doing well. They kept calling her like ice princess, and Lala called her a wet blanket. There was a season of Lala calling Ariana a wet blanket, yet she wanted to go downtown Julie Brown on her in the car, but she was a wet blanket, when really all it was that all of these women were not checking in on Ariana. They had no idea that she was struggling with her mental health because they weren't asking. Instead, they were just judging her and labeling her. They weren't asking like, are you okay, friend? And Ariana sat there and was like, I'm not okay. When they finally asked her, she said, I'm not okay. And that was on camera. She said, I want to drive my car off of like the freeway ramp or off a bridge. Like she was very open, even talking about like having these kind of horrible ideations of, self-harm and things. So, but Lala, we had to sit. Do you remember how insufferable Lala was when she thought she was going to be rich and she thought she like hit the jackpot with Rand and she got a Range Rover the day after they had sex and she was just bragging about it? And then they were remodeling that house. She was insufferable. She knew everything. Everyone was beneath her. She had money now. She was hanging out with a Machine Gun Kelly, whatever that, Megan Fox. She was in some shitty movies that Randall paid with other people's money to put her in. And she was feeling herself. Yes, Kay Sizzle. She talked Randall up like he was a god. Like, you're a god and I am not. It's like, I'm sorry, who? So you're going to talk shit about Ariana and her storylines on this season when the only somewhat real storyline you've ever brought to the stage is this guy? Dude, Vanderpump Rules used to be like the show. It was like they were young, they were hot, they were actors, model actors. They were partying, they were sexy. And you brought this gremlin on who's a predator, and we had to sit through this. You ruined Vanderpump Rules. Hot take, unpopular opinion, no offense, all offense. Lala Kent ruined Vanderpump Rules. The minute she brought the predator gremlin on the sexy show. Literally, SIR stands for like sexy, unique restaurant. What is sexy, unique? I can see the restaurant, but I can't see the sexy or the unique in this. This isn't even a man you bring to Villa Blanca. This isn't a man you bring to Denny's for a grand slam. She dug this man up. I can't. Nina says, that's not unpopular. You made us sit through this, ma'am. Season after season. He's the man. We saw Jax Taylor get on his knees for this man. He gave him like the down payment of a home to this man for his scams. And you didn't care. You didn't care until he was caught in a hotel with younger babes. Then you were like, oh my God, he's a monster. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's been a monster for like a long time. But we had to sit there. Will you be a groomsman my wedding? He's like, you know, and just the black t-shirts, the freaking, I'm just having like flashbacks of him and his like suit coats over the t-shirts. And when Ariana and Katie, they actually humored this man about being an investor and something about her to give him more screen time. And then nothing came of it because he had no money, allegedly. He was just borrowing all over the place. He was literally a walking Ponzi scheme, multi-level marketing, just MLMing his way through. It's just like, this is what you did because you thought you were better than everyone now and everyone should kiss his feet because he has access to a private jet. Okay, well, you're not Taylor Swift. You don't need a private jet, Randall. What are you doing? I still don't understand what they were doing. We went through all of that. Yes, Christina, the I'm sorry, Fofty. No, that was good. But that was 50 Cent that made it good. It was 50 that made it good. It wasn't them. And you even stood by him when 50 embarrassed him. Like embarrassed. You told us he's the, what did she say exactly? I don't know if I screen recorded it. So she went from when she thought he had money, this is what she thought of him. Okay. Okay, here we go.
This will definitely be.
So they were remodeling some shitty home and that I don't even know. Maybe he still has it. I don't know if he can afford it. But this is what she had to say before the cheating and before she found out, oh, he doesn't really got it like that.
Like the first home renovation and my last.
I second that. We're going to be here for a long time.
Rand and I started our home renovation over a year and a half ago.
You know what, babe? You should just move in already.
I agree. I just want to get the master bedroom moved. We basically gutted the entire house. I will never do another renovation again. You could not pay me to do a renovation, okay?
Well, we're close. We're not that far.
But for real, if we ever decide to move, we're doing what Jax and Britt did with that is turnkey.
But can I tell you something? For the last few days, Jax has been hitting me a lot.
You and Jax text more than like me and my mom text.
Okay, but you know what it is? He's closest to my age. And we have a lot of fun and we laugh together.
Just like what someone says about their girlfriend. We have a lot of fun. Like, she makes me laugh.
Okay, all right.
Every little thing.
Okay, so let's get to maybe her. Okay, let's see.
Where she's not happy for her friends.
Oh, so here's where she's going to talk shit about Ariana.
Two versions of Ariana. There's this fun chick who's twerking on you, but then there's the other side of Ariana where she's not happy for her friends.
Remember how happy Ariana was for Scheana when she sang her apple song and she was there and she was like, yeah, apples. Woo! Cut them. A narcissistic psycho cut you out like lipo, and they were just all singing it. And now she's like, she's a wet blanket, and Brittany's like, yeah. Okay, so we know that part, what they say. Okay, now here's then Ariana opening up to Lala and Stassi Schroeder about her mental health. Just, you know, part of her journey on the show. But Lala says, nope, she has no storyline.
I think of all of us is just like this big dysfunctional family, and I don't like feeling like one of my dysfunctional family members like doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. I don't feel like you enjoy us very much. I don't enjoy most things very much, but you guys don't know that because we don't talk one-on-one. I'm considering driving off the freeway bridge when I'm driving home at night. I don't talk to you guys about that stuff. Debbie Downer. It's what you're going through. Because it's not safe. It's not safe. She's Debbie Downer the whole time. It's just gonna ruin everyone else's mood. I just noticed, like, being around her, there was like a little cloud that hung over her. I just think she's a wet blanket. Listen, I'm sorry that you're going through a lot. Thanks. I've been there. You know, I've gone through many times where I struggled with depression and anxiety. Sometimes you're at a place in your life where you're in a hole and you don't want to live. And life seems to be okay. There's nothing that should make you feel that low, but you can't explain it. I would hope to God that if you're having feelings like that you would feel comfortable enough to come to one of us. Hearing what Ariana has been going through internally.
Why didn't you ever ask her? Why didn't you ever ask her? So then let's go back to Little Miss. Little Miss tells us in the after show this year. So that's seasons ago when Stassi's still on the show. And Ariana clearly is like, well, nobody asked me. And this doesn't feel safe. And it doesn't feel safe because obviously we've seen on this show, people's mental health is weaponized. Lala's done it. Tom Sandoval has done it. I mean, Tom Schwartz, like it's not necessarily a safe place. And then we go to the after show for this season. And Lala is still, okay, let me try to find this part. Okay. Lala is saying, Ariana's not a good friend. She says, if you like to check on you if you're alive, but you proved to us, we've never seen that out of Ariana, but we have seen that out of you, where Ariana was literally struggling, wanting to harm herself. And you didn't know because you didn't ask, because you were so wrapped up in yourself and Randall and BJ's for PJs. I've seen you show more emotion about Gucci slides than I have for, you know, Ariana's mental health or well-being. Everything that was shown last year from you was a lot of projecting, was a lot of, you know, we thought maybe it was you being a friend, but really it came down to you wanting airtime, you projecting these feelings towards Randall because you wish people gave a shit about your breakup.
It always goes back to, like, if Tom seemed genuinely sorry for his actions and expressed that better, I think it'd be easier.
This is Janet from the Valley talking.
In the group.
I think she's like that with a lot of people. Like, she doesn't want to hurt people's feelings. I'm a lot like that. I hate confrontation. I don't like the drama if I'm directly in it, you know?
Yeah, but she's been tough on people before. She's been tough on Jane.
Okay, so this is Lala talking about Scheana, and we'll get to the point, the part where she talks about Ariana. I wish I could just show it here, but NBC Universal will just strike the shit out of me, so I have to do it this way. Apologies.
She's been very forward with Katie.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to this, it's that she's really nervous about what people will say if she goes against Ariana in any way. And I think because Scheana's so involved in the comment section, and her mom also sends her a lot of stuff, and her publicist, they like send her all the negative shit.
I'm like, please don't send me that. Please
No, like,
don't send me that.
Who wants to see that? It. So I think that was the biggest thing. Is she was like, I don't want the trolls coming for me.
That makes sense.
Lala, you finally met Dan in San Francisco.
Yeah, and then
Okay, so that part is coming up. But what we hear her, Scheana, did you hear this? Did you hear this, Scheana? Just, I want to prepare you because she was really close with Katie last year, remember? And then this year, not close with Katie, throwing Katie under the bus, saying Katie's unhappy, and even bringing Katie's mom, Terry, who Lala claimed to love, into the drama. And now she's talking about your mom and your publicist. She says they're sending you the negative comments, basically blaming them, putting that on Front Street. That would be something as a friend on reality TV. If you had a problem with the way my mom handles things with me, I hope you would go to me behind the scenes instead of putting my mom on blast, who is not really on the show. So she's already talking shit on your mom and your publicist that they send you the stuff. And if they do, that is shitty and not helping Scheana's anxiety. But we don't know. We just hear Lala's side of this. But the fact that she's talking about your mom that way, oh my God. Okay, now we're going to hear, now if we want to know, why is Lala really mad? There's a lot of reasons, but one of them is definitely that Ariana can pull a guy like Daniel, and he seems to like really, I don't want to say love, but I'm sure there's love there now. But he seems to really be into her, really respect her, really, it seems to be a good relationship, something I don't think Lala knows much about.
Is like man bun down and went like this, and it was like so long. I was like, oh, I need to.
Wait, let's rewind a little
Dan
bit.
in San Francisco.
Yeah, and then he like took his like man bun down and went like this, and it was like so long. I was like, oh, I need to dry myself off.
I mean, Sandoval is not a hard act to follow.
Needle dick. I pictured Sandoval having a needle dick.
Yeah, same.
He was kind of like the man of the hour a little bit.
Would you like
So she had to dry herself off. She was wet after seeing Ariana's man. And it is like, I just don't think you're at a place with Ariana to talk to her like that. I don't hear Scheana talking that way about her man. I don't hear Katie talking that way about Daniel. I don't know if Daniel wants you talking that way about him, since, you know, your behavior is pretty gross. But interesting that she was the first one to be like, he's a square, and give him like the 3rd degree. But then she sees him in the hotel room in San Francisco, shirt off, hair like that. I mean, we all were like, hey, Daniel. But she's like, I had to dry myself off. This chick is, she is lusting after Dan. Ariana, just, I would keep them far away. Not that Dan would do anything, but it doesn't take long for her to just jump on and start humping him. Even if it's his leg at this point, because she sounds very desperado. Very desperado.
The training to become like the main focus, where you don't have, or do you enjoy bartending? How old are you, Dan?
40.
40. Have you ever been married?
No.
When was your last relationship?
Probably 5-6 years ago.
How come that one ended? I feel like you got way more out of that than you would have on, like, you know, the boat ride from the hill and the freaking bridge. I, for my own selfish reasons, am glad that he took a hike and went elsewhere. Because I'm like, it's already so stressful. It's like your parents who are divorced that get together for your birthday party with Ariana and Sandoval. And I just don't need the new man, my stepdad, to enter the mix quite yet. That was his decision.
I know she thinks she's cute saying that about Danielle and about Ariana and Tom, but really, Lala, you were the first person to kind of draw those lines in the sand with your breakup with Randall, the gremlin predator. Remember, you're like, there was a whole season of you talking about, don't talk to my man, you can't play pickleball with him, Schwartz, on, everyone. And then you told Katie and Ariana that they were there for you and you would never forget it. You would always remember, but it seems like you forgot it. But you were the first person to not only bring new daddy in, you know, like the stepdaddy of the show, like the step grandpa of the show. You like Mary Cosby'd it. You brought in your step grandpa, Randall. You shoved him down our throats. And then when you broke up, which we knew you would, because like I always say, it was a transactional relationship. You brought the youth and the beauty. He brought the money. So one of those two things is always going to run out when there's not true love that exists there. Either he's going to go broke or you're going to get old. Well, he went broke first. And that all his stuff was a facade, but eventually you were going to get old anyways. And then he was going to go for, maybe you did get too old too, because he was seen with younger girls, but it was a transactional relationship. So we weren't invested, but you shoved that down our throats. And yet here you are blaming Ariana for making something uncomfortable. Crazy. Crazy.
That, like, you know, we've done these trips before. Obviously, this one's going to be a little weird. I was like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Like, just know that.
If I had a new girlfriend, right, we're all going to San Francisco, I'm going to partake in everything from the beginning of San Francisco. If I was invited to the trip and I'm going, I mean, it's not because I'm trying to be famous, but I'm trying to support her, you know, in case Mr. Dumps needs to be set straight.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
In case you had that opportunity to be the man and like really put him in his place.
Right.
Or just be there to be a present, to be like,
but are you like, you know, Dan's maybe point of view would be, I'm going to be such a gentleman that I'm not even going to show up. It's like, okay, well, that's playing it very safe. I mean, like, too safe for me.
I feel like he, like, as much as I know, seems pretty shy.
The way Ariana made him sound, it was so wild to me. Because I had never met him, and she was like, you know, he's a personal trainer, and like, he does not around. She was like, Dan has been in fights before. Like, he does not around. If Sandoval were to walk up to him and be like, hey, how are you? There's no way Dan would shake his hand. And I'm like, this guy sounds like a fucking square. And I asked him about it, and he's like, no, I mean, he didn't do anything to me. Like, I would have no problem saying, like, hey, what's up? He's like, but this is my girlfriend, and I know he was pretty up to her, but, like, now I get to be with her. And I'm like, okay, very different than what Ariana said. Like, he's actually pretty normal.
Yeah, I've only met him a couple of times, but he seemed very nice. I met him for the first time in New York whenever I did Watch What Happens Live. Jax really got along with him.
Normal dude. Likes to work out. Likes cool tennis shoes.
Jax.
Drinks. Owns a bar.
Now that was new information to me. I didn't know he owns a bar. I thought he was a personal trainer and a bartender, but I think that was kind of downplayed. But the way they're talking is that he owns a bar, and Jack's like, seems like a good dude, drinks a lot. Yeah, And you can just, if you watch the after show, you can see Tom Sandoval definitely like, yeah, whatever, sure. As you could see Tom Sandoval in the episodes, he was sizing Daniel up and checking out his arms. I'm like, yep, those are bigger arms. Yep, those are triceps, Tom. You could get some of those. Yep, Daniel is more buff than you, sir. I know that's all you care about.
Well, coming into a strange situation, he was super chill.
Yeah.
He wasn't like overcompensating. Like he was cool, man. I don't know.
Schwartz has a crush on Daniel, and Sandoval's face is like this. He's like, yeah, Schwartz, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wonder if Daniel probably doesn't have to answer to a guy named Greg for his bar either, I bet. He probably just like owns it. I'm assuming. He seems like that kind of responsible guy.
Like he could have came in with like, you might think someone might come in there with like an extra machismo or something, right? In a situation like that, like, yo, it's my girl.
Yeah, I think he played it. I think he's playing it
super
the right way. You know, he's in her corner. He's there to bat for her. I think he's there when she asks him to be there.
Yeah.
And that's all you can really ask for in a boyfriend, really.
Damn, Jackson Schwartz, even they're getting wet for Dan. They're like drying themselves off. And Sandoval is just like, they are hype. They are team. Daniel's like, he's great. He's everything you can ask for. Jackson is everything you can ask for in a boyfriend. Sandoval's just has to sit there and listen to it. That's pretty awesome.
He's awesome.
Yeah, seems like a really nice guy. So Sandoval helped Scheana with her performance.
Oh, it was a whole thing, Bryce.
Okay. Let me try to see if we can find the Lauren from Utah. All right, that might be on the next one here, guys. And then Scheana's like, yeah, he helped me with the microphone. And James Kennedy just kind of roasts him. Like, oh yeah, he literally plugged some cords in. I mean, it's not like, and he brought that guy, not for Scheana. It was for the show and also for Kyle Chan. So let's not try to rewrite things now. Let's see. Okay, I might have to pull up the Peacock version because I am not finding what I am looking for here. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I got a super chat. I don't wanna lose it here. Let me pull it up here. Os Fly Girl, thank you so much for the super chat. Always like hearing what you have to say, Joleen. Well, I appreciate that. It would suck if you guys were like, I don't like hearing what you have to say. I'd be like, I guess I don't have a show anymore. I guess I don't. So I appreciate you. You're fantastic. But yeah, we got to find this Lala thing. And here's possibly Joe, possibly Lala 30 years from now, maybe 20.
I've got some little words of wisdom I want to share on this Monday. You cannot destroy me. Ask my enemies. I'm protected by the highest God. Wakey, wakey.
That's Lala when she is no longer making any money because she shit on all of her fans and called us rabies-infested bitches for too long. And now she's like, wakey, wakey. Going live on Instagram Live, just having, doing Instagram Lives, just having unhinged moments. Like her new friend Joe, because Joe seems to be out there. Kaylee Jo Wenberg seems to be out there saying, Lala is just so great. She wants to be on Lala's podcast. She said she would do it in a second. Lala's been so great to her. Oh, they're such buddies. And I'm like, can you imagine? I mean, if Katie befriended one of the girls that Randall was at the hotel with, that is so shitty. All right, let me see if this is the. But of course, la 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 la. All right, let me find this. We'll take a quick commercial break. You guys smash that like.
What? No. Whoa, no. Whoa. The ring didn't mean a thing. The ring didn't mean a thing.
Stop! Just stop!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That was better. When I judge you, you will know it. Wow. That was better.
No.
Women's stories matter.
Yeah. Right.
They just matter.
Yeah. It sounds a little pretentious. You know what the word pretentious means?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Better?
That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
I'm not the one that started it. I'm telling you what I heard.
Disgusting.
It is disgusting, isn't
disgusting.
it?
Disgusting.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Diamonds. New furniture.
Oh, no, you don't, princess. Stop filming!
Whoa, 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 whoa. The ring didn't mean a thing. No. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What are you, out of your mind?
Now I need the ring didn't mean a thing to you.
Okay.
Ring didn't.
Get up here with my voice.
Ring didn't mean a thing to you.
One more time.
Ring didn't mean a thing to you.
What are you, an idiot?
The ring didn't mean again. The ring didn't
Here we
mean.
go.
The ring didn't mean a thing to you.
Millions of Americans suffer from psychological disorders and are not getting the proper care. Now you tell me what's so funny about that.
I can't help it, you guys. I love that. The ring didn't mean a thing to you. That voice coach was really trying, but you can't coach everybody. Wakey, 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 wakey. Okay, I found more of the after show and some of Lala's hot takes. Let's take a listen.
Ariana, wait 1 second.
Tom. No, I'm not mad. Like they were all like seemed to be upset about it.
I'm fucking offended. It's bullshit that she can't film with someone that she stays under the same roof.
If you don't want to film with your ex, like, don't be on the show.
I'm gonna be real about Ariana. She coasts through every single fucking season. And we're asking you to have one conversation with Tom Sandoval. You know, the guy you shoved down our throats for so many years? That guy who you still live with? We're asking you to have one conversation, and you can't do that. Every single person on this show have the tough conversations. We have Brittany here, who literally heard audio. I'm sorry to take you back to this place.
It's all right.
Heard audio of her man doing whatever with one of her friends.
Are you kidding me?
Rotten hell.
Everyone, guess what? You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
And this bitch showed up living her life on camera, what she signed up for, because she's a strong bitch, okay?
As her friend, I completely.
So it seems like that she does. Yes, Neeners. Nicole says, please shove Daniel down our throats, Ariana. Neener says she hates her. It sounds like hate. And I'm like, my God, the hate has grown so much. And let me take Randall down. Whenever she's like, shoved down our throat, honey, you shoved this guy down our throat. This guy, this is who you shoved down our throat, which ultimately I think it took the show down a horrible path. Horrible. Look at this old picture of Rachel Raquel, James, and Billy Lee. Wow. Flash from the blast from the past over here. But it's so crazy. Okay. So then she uses Brittany's trauma, I guess, with when the recording was found of Jax not only hooking up with Faith, but also talking shit about her. She uses that, and Brittany's like, It's okay. It's fine. We don't do no dates no more, bitches. No, it's fine. Jax. And Brittany's just like, no, it's okay. Well, first of all, there's a difference between that. It was happening during filming. And also, I don't remember Faith being Brittany's friend, but okay, we can go with that. And then Brittany took Jax back almost immediately. And all of the women rallied around Brittany. Remember, they were all rallying around Brittany. We had like a real moment where the women came together. So it's not like whatever we're seeing now. And then she took him back. She married him and she had a kid with him. So I guess I don't understand your logic. And when Lala and other people want to argue that somehow Ariana walking out of the finale is her not having a conversation with Tom Sandoval, Ariana already told us. And we know because we're not stupid, even though production or some of the executive producers seem to think the audience is stupid. And Lala thinks that we're stupid as well. And also infected with rabies, that this conversation was going to be better for the show. Just like Ariana says in the after show, what's more entertaining? Watching Tom Sandoval cry for the millionth time, his fake tears, or is it seeing someone storm out? And I'm going to pick storming out over Sandoval crying. What Tom Sandoval was doing was simply for Tom Sandoval. It was for how he looked on the show. It was a redemption arc for him. And Ariana had already stated her boundaries and said, no, I'm not here for that. It's disingenuous. It's not real. And I read my contract, unlike the rest of you, and I do not have to do anything that I'm uncomfortable with or anything that I deem is not real on this reality TV. So I advise that the rest of you read your contracts. And a lot of people have walked out of seasons and scenes and finales. I mean, that's not a new thing on Bravo, let alone it's not a new thing on Vanderpump. And also, I would argue again, I would make another argument if I was representing Ariana in the court of Bravo television law. She's already talked to Tom Sandoval. She literally had the talk with him right after it happened. What is more vulnerable and raw and brave than that? That is so brave. This man, you just found out, has been having an affair behind your back with one of your closest friends in your home, when your dog passed away, when your grandma passed away, while you're asleep. He has been embarrassing you all around town. And yet there Ariana sat strong. She sat there and she was just, I don't know if I could muster up that kind of bravery to sit there. And she was so articulate and her words were so profound and they definitely stung him. Immediately after that. So Ariana doesn't have to prove to you that she's brave or that Ariana has done her job. She understands the assignment. She has done her job. She talked to that man when most people would be like, I'm not talking to you again. They already spoke. They've already talked about this. There's not going to be any resolve when it comes to the two of them because that's not something that she's going to forgive. And that is her right. Nor would I forgive that. And even if she does forgive it, and that's something Katie mentions in the after show, it's something that she can do on her own, and she doesn't owe him anything. She doesn't have to tell him. She doesn't have to tell us. So if she wants to forgive for her own self, just kind of let that go. And we all know that feeling of when there's either someone who's hurt us, and there does, not always, but there does come a point for a lot of us when you just are like, that's so long ago, I'm over it. But I'm not going to call that man and go, you know what? I forgive you because that's going to do so much for him. And I don't want to do shit for him because he's a toxic, horrible human being who continues to violate me and try to, make me look bad and spread lies and out my mental health and all these things. So no, I don't owe him anything. So the fact that Lala's up here saying that like Lala is mad, like Ariana isn't doing her job. Ariana did more than her job. She could have not come back to the season. She could have said, I don't want to film with the group at all, but she was there. She just doesn't want this man in her space like that. She gave him the time. They sat down. It was the most emotional, probably the most emotional scene I've ever seen on reality television that I can remember. One of the most, at least in the past decade. And she gave us all that. She's given us so much. Lala, what have you given us? Send it to Daryl? A sweatshirt with a saying? Randall? Crying and forgiving Brock for talking shit about him? For not raising his kids? I don't know what. a sperm donor baby. I don't know what I'm really trying to think like, okay, we did inseminate. Okay. And then on the after show, you're disgustingly saying that getting inseminated was more fun than having sex with Randall. But I thought he was the GOAT. He was the king. He was so great. Pamela B, thank you for the super chat. I bet Lala would like Dan stuff somewhere. Oh, yeah, she would. Oh, yeah, she would. Oh, yeah, she would. Susie Q, thank you so much for the super chat. Says she literally asked Tom, any last words before we never speak again? She has been so transparent. So this new narrative that she's trying to push for the toxic men, for the misogyny rules of this show, it's not believable to anybody who knows the history of the show. For anyone who is a fan of this show, we're like, no, she actually has shared a lot. She's actually done this, that, and the other thing. But she really thinks she can like erase what's previously happened on the show and what she has said on the show. It's crazy. And then get mad at us. And what I hate for us is that we're never going to have one thing about Summer House. And I don't know how many people here watch it, but I do enjoy myself some Summer House. You have Paige, you have Amanda, you have Sierra. They're girlfriends. Like they got each other's back, the good, bad, and the ugly. They will lay in that bed. They will talk shit about the men. They will talk about their fertility. They will talk about relations. They will talk about sex. Paige, I mean, she was saying something to Amanda about, Amanda, the way you take care of your dogs, you're going to be the best mom here. And then she looks at Sierra knowing that, you know, sometimes when there's a group of three, someone can feel left out, or that comment could feel some type of way towards Sierra. And she goes, and that's nothing against you, Sierra. That is just me complimenting her. And I was like, oh my God, Paige, that is so emotionally mature and sweet of you to say. Now, I'm not saying their friendships are perfect, but this is real like girl power Spice Girls that Ariana thought she was going to have this season, but she didn't have. That I think Ariana and Katie deserved, but they didn't get. So every time I watch Summer House, I go, how great would it be if the Vanderpump women were like this? It'd be so great. Now, apologies, I don't remember who made this, but I screen grabbed it and they don't have their little @ on it. But remaking the logo to say misogyny rules, I mean, this season and previous seasons, yeah. Yes, Summer House for friendship is great and a welcome relief. You still get, you know, some problematic stuff, and you're watching the Lindsay and Carl breakup, and Carl, his behavior, Lindsay's behavior the first half, and Carl's behavior the second half of the season. You're just like, okay. So, but as far as like for the friendships when it comes to some of the women on that show, it's very nice and very refreshing. All right, let's see what else Lala can say to make us think she's cuckoo.
Understood and respected what
Okay, so we're going to hear Scheana now talk about, you know, Ariana walking away at the finale when Tom Sandoval accosted her. He just rolled up into that conversation, knowing that she did not want him anywhere near her like that, knowing she didn't want him to just roll up on her. He has done enough things without her consent, behind her back, uninformed consent, with having sex with him despite him being out having sex with whoever. He knows this is what men like him do. Toxic people like him do, is he wants to continue to hurt this woman. And he was just looking for his moment in front of the audience, for his self to look good. And now Scheana's going to talk a little bit about this.
On camera, what she signed up for, because she's a strong bitch, okay?
As her friend, I completely understood and respected what she did. But it's hard as one of the people who had a lot of those moments this season, i.e. Tahoe and meditation. That was a lot of convincing to get me to go back into that moment with him.
I'm sorry. I still hate you.
It doesn't mean you have to be best friends with Sandoval.
I'm not going to be.
Exactly, but it's about talking through that and in this setting for that.
But then I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm here to do. And we're all trying to heal and move on. And this is what I'm here for.
She's like, this is a surprise. She told us she ain't.
Scheana, I need to remind you yet again. We are reminding Scheana, you did not date Tom Sandoval. You have a husband and a beautiful baby. You can go home to that. There is no reason you should be comparing your pain of Scandival to Ariana's. Thank you. Hi, please stop. This is ridiculous at this point, Scheana. We can't keep making. I mean, I had to go to Tahoe. Not with your sometimes friend Tom Sandoval. Who broke your friend's heart. Oh my God. Oh, you poor thing. You poor. This is laughable, Scheana. It's ridiculous. Yes, dreadful Ruby. OMG, Scheana, stop. Stop making this about you. You have a husband. You have a baby. Go home to your husband. Go home to your baby. Get a minivan. Get over Tom Sandoval.
I don't communicate with Tom Sandoval.
Part of me wishes she would, because I love the drama.
Honestly, it would be good for her to kind of close that door and move on. I find it very difficult because ever since I've been in this group, I've been under scrutiny. And I had to be honest about the hardest things I've ever spoken about in my life, which I've never had that conversation with anybody. I've carried it with me for 8 years.
I just feel like I'm not entitled to have these feelings because my kids are the ones that miss out on this.
So then to have that kind of like boundary set by Ariana, I would prefer her to have that conversation or be open to it. And maybe that's why all year I was nagging at that.
Part of me also thinks that like she 100%.
Okay, you have been here, Brock, for like 2 seconds. You came on for a season, and then we found out about the past, and then you guys were like, we can't handle this, and then you disappeared for a little bit. You did your gym app. We found out, obviously, the past, the kids situation, the DV when you were younger. Why are we letting this man talk like he has the history with this cast and these people? Why are we letting him speak on something he does know nothing about? You haven't been here long enough, sir. And you having to share not taking care of your children, not being able to see them, and being behind in child support and having a DV charge against you from your children's mother, that's all on you. That was all going to come out. So it was either you address it or you don't go on the show. I don't. Ariana has addressed the Scandival. She continues to film in scenes with Scandival, with Tim Scumdevil. She continues to. And she continues to. And she had a whole ass scene right after it happened with him. Okay, and now James is going to make just a fire point about why Ariana, another reason why, a totally logical reason why Ariana didn't film with, or didn't want to film another scene at the finale with Tom Sandoval.
Boundary set by Ariana, I would prefer her to have that conversation or be open to it. And maybe that's why all year I was nagging at that.
Part of me also thinks that like she 100% stuck her foot down and didn't have the conversation with Sandoval because she knows that she's going to hate what he has to say. He's not going to say anything she wants to hear. Yeah. Let's just be real. He's going to say some egotistical bullshit. She's going to hate it and it's going to ruin her night.
I sympathize with the fact that she doesn't want to do that. And it's probably...
Oh, Tom, shut up. Yes, James. Yes, exactly right. He's going to say the same conversation. James just had a conversation with him where he was egotistical and tried to play the victim. You're the villain, sir. You're the villain. You can't be collateral damage of damage you caused. That's not doesn't make any sense. That's just basic English. So yeah, no. Thank you, James. That's exactly it. So now Tom Sandoval's going to be like, nah, I sympathize with her. Not, sir, be quiet. This was just going to help you. It wasn't going to help Ariana. You've already said all you have to say. Like Ariana said, there were plenty of times that you could have written her a letter. You know her email address because you email her about this house situation where you could have sent something to show you were truly sorry. But you never did. You waited for the cameras to come on. Another interesting point. Tom Sandoval wants to act like, now we're going to hear in this reunion, I want to hurt myself. And he's really going to, now he's going to weaponize his own mental health and try to manipulate us. But remember when it was all going down? Notice how when the cameras are up, all of a sudden, Tom Sandoval is so depressed. And he's, trying to manipulate Lisa Vanderpump due to the horrible loss of her brother from taking his own life. But after Scandival broke, where was Tom Sandoval, guys? Do you remember? Oh, yeah, he was singing in his band. He was on stage doing karaoke and making jokes about it. Remember? Didn't seem sad to me. Seemed pretty happy. Seemed pretty excited. He was like selling tickets or trying to sell tickets, mostly giving them away. He was taking his shirt off, hanging out with other ladies. just laughing, having a good old time. But then the cameras are on. He was like, I couldn't take it. When? During the tour that you went on? I don't know about you. As someone who is a touring performer, when I'm at my worst, and I probably am not going to be it. Granted, there have been people who are able to tour and, but a lot of those end, not to bring a sour note, but you do hear stories of, like comedians and stuff on the road and either they take their own life, you have overdose type things when people are struggling. But Tom Sandoval seemed, he was just laughing about Scandal. Oh, so funny. So funny. And then the cameras come on and the accountability is called for. And he's like, no one can be mad at me. I can't take this. And you're like, but somehow you're always able to go on tour. You're always able to go on tour. Isn't that weird? I don't know. Interesting.
Season by things that I had.
Everything's hard for him. It's the hardest season by far. It's because it's what you did. And then Schwartz will tell us on the after show that he wished he could walk out. Okay, cool.
Therapeutic. I think even if she was here, she might be like, maybe I should have. I don't know though, or maybe not. She might double down on that sentiment.
What would you say to those who might criticize you for walking away in that moment?
I would encourage that person to read my contract and find at any point in which I'm required to do anything that I don't deem real or that I don't want to do. And I would also say that goes for every single cast member on the show. Everyone has the right to exercise that, and they do all the time. And if you think I'm doing a bad job as a reality star, because I'm reality star of the year, so maybe you know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Reality star of the year, so maybe I know what I'm doing. And yes, Ariana. That's another thing. I forgot she got reality star of the year. Lala super hates her. Like super hates her. All the things, if you think about it, all the things Lala has ever wanted, Ariana has. All the things she says about Ariana, Lala is. When she says, oh, she's got a huge ego, that's Lala. She's been in many interviews saying for years about her ego and how she likes when things are about her. She just did an interview where they've kind of been like flipping the roles, where they have the cast members interviewing like the editors and producers. And she was interviewing one of the editors. And she was saying how she just mostly pays attention. If she's not involved in the scene, she just doesn't really care. That's how she is. But yet she's projecting this onto everyone else. And I hate that Bravo is going to let her get away with this. I wish they would do, the editors had the freedom to do a compilation showing her how, what a hypocrite she is. Unfortunately, it's up to us content creators to do that. And people like, Christina Coca, she makes those mashups that show like, and the survey says that was a lie. That was a lie.
Then you had seen Ariana being a friend to Scheana. Yeah. Tell me more about that.
This is where it gets complicated.
Okay, let's hear Brock try to justify why he said, hey, this is where it gets complicated, okay? I said Ariana was not a good friend to Scheana as much as Tom Sandoval, because Tom Sandoval sends money. Yes, if you want to be a good friend, you gotta send cash money. Yes, okay? Because sometimes I'm not home to pay all the bills, allegedly, okay? I'll be at an orgy. You guys ever been in an orgy with two dicks, with two vaginas, okay? Okay? And sometimes those orgies don't pay. So I need Tom Sandoval to send my family money.
Because Scheana and Tom have this relationship where he was a big brother to her. He stepped up in her dark days and her down days when she's had bad days. Tom's been there with no one else around. If we're left to our own device.
Okay, when did Tom step up in Sheena's dark days? Brock, in her like insufficient funds days? Is that what we're talking about? Is that okay? All right. Okay,
Brock. Ariana's busy, we're busy, and that's it. We're still friends, but if you're comparing, yeah, that person was always inviting us out to do stuff.
Basically, what he says in this after show is that Tom Sandoval, he put everything together and he was getting us together. Yes, because I'm busy. Scheana's busy. I didn't know what I'm doing, but something. Ariana's busy. So basically, you're just saying Tom Sandoval doesn't have shit to do. So he's a better friend because he's a lazy loser with less opportunities. Okay, Brock. Okay.
around long enough to make that fair of a judgment. Ariana has been an incredible friend to me.
Thank you.
It's just, I think maybe because Brock and Tom built their own friendship, then maybe he saw more of the Tom side than the Ariana side.
Sandoval for many years has like made sure that Scheana's good. And Sandoval has always been one of those people who goes above and beyond.
Wait. That's not what you told us before, Lala. That you said he was all about him, selfish, narcissist. This is a dangerous person. But now he goes above and beyond. Wow. Someone's drinking the Kool-Aid. And then here's Brittany E for I always want to do the Australian accent, but Brittany's like, Bear Chase E for our wedding. He put tampons in the bathroom, and Meemaw was putting them behind her ears when she was drunk. She was putting them in them because she was like, the music too loud. Bear Chase.
What he was doing at our wedding for Jax.
I will be ironing between 10 and 11.
He's definitely one of those types of people, you know, that really tries and really like does do meaningful things for you.
Yeah, he does.
So I do get that, you know.
Ariana's not a great friend. Like, if you're looking for someone to, like, ask you how you're doing, make sure you're breathing still. Like, she's not the one.
I've spoken to Ariana about this. She lets simple tasks become monumental things in her mind. And that's something she's been working on. So I'm not going to speak on her mental health, but, like, definitely.
You just spoke on it. Okay, so two things. First, we'll just hit the Brock. They're both so shady. He's like, Ariana spoke to me personally, not on camera, about how she takes, little tasks, media tasks, and it causes her a lot of stress, So, but she can't do it, and it's holding her back. Yes, but I'm not going to out her mental health. We already did. You already did. Yes, split plus lore. Shut up, Brock. You already did. Brock, it is too easy to roast you. These people are roasting the shit out of you. Janine says, Brock needs to make getting a job at the house. Put that on your task list. Janine. Oh my God. Like, that's a task for you, sir. For you, sir. And you know what? I don't know Ariana's mental health diagnosis, but that sounds a little bit ADHD to me, because that's something that that I struggle with, that is very similar, and that I've expressed to people. And so maybe, I don't know. It could be lots of things. Anxiety, different things. But how dare you out that? Like, these men love outing the women's mental health and weaponizing it against them when it benefits their storyline or their narrative. Now, Lala Kent, when you say Ariana's not a good friend, we just showed proof of you not checking in on your good friend Ariana when she was literally at her worst, and telling you guys straight up on camera, very vulnerable. She wasn't on stage making jokes, singing about Schwartzy's mom, singing about, the things she was going through, hooking up, getting drunk. She was literally dressed in all black, wearing a black hat, sat at the table and said she was having these, self-harm ideations and driving her cliff off. And you were like, bitch, I didn't know. Bitch, what? Bitch, tell me. Lauren from Utah. And it was because you didn't check on her. And Ariana's like, I don't feel safe. You guys don't check on me. You don't ask me how I'm doing. So who's the bad friend? You also told us, like, you're such a hypocrite. You told us just last season that Katie and Ariana, you sat them down and said they were there for you during this whole Randall thing, and you will never forget it. But now she's not a good friend when it fits your narrative of wanting more money and to be on the show and be on the Valley and be here and buy another house that your brother with the white boy dreads can live in the casita of. There is literally no proof you can show us of Ariana being a bad friend to you. When everyone was slut shaming you and no one wanted you around the group because you were like lusting after some of the dudes, Ariana was nice to you. When everyone was hard on you after you lost your dad, Ariana pulled you aside and had the conversation and was trying to relate to you on how she lost her dad during the show as well, and how hard that is to lose your dad when you're young. You have no proof of Ariana being a bad friend, but here you are, bumping your gums, as you say. Not even, you can't think of an original saying to save your soul. You're like, I want to bump gums with you guys, because she heard someone cooler than her say it, so now it's hers. Making up these lies to slander Ariana because what? You're jealous? Because you want a couple extra bucks? because you want to be the producer pet and the new narrator for the show. Have it. Take it. Throw the whole show out. And now, allegedly, she's going to be on The Valley. Let us pray to the reality TV gods that somehow Janet and or Kristen can come together despite their hatred for one another and destroy Lala Kent on The Valley. Amen. Kristen, Doty, Janet, you need to work together to get rid of Lala, because believe me, she will be going after you. And she'll be talking about how messy Kristen is. She'll probably be talking about Kristen's drinking. It'll take half an episode for her to be hating on Kristen's drinking, this, that, and the other thing, and thinking she's above everybody. And or humping Jesse Lolly. To the reality gods we pray. Amen. This is, you guys, this is crazy. I could go on and on. We're already at an hour and a half. But she continues to, like people were saying in the chat earlier, she continues to double down. She has had time since this reunion has been taped, since the season was filmed. And she doubles down. And that's just a sign of stupidity and ego. She is showing no grace to anybody. She is the worst thing of all. Whatever you do on the television show, it sucks and we don't love it. But then to come back and turn on the fans and say we have rabies and we're the problem, when if you, like people are saying in the live chat, you gave us rabies then. You've infected us with your rabies. And you want to call us rabies infested foaming at the mouth bitches? You're the only one foaming. You're the only one looking like an asshole. You can't hurt us because we are in the truth, man. It baffles the mind. This isn't going to bode well for you financially. Like if you think you're this boss businesswoman that Scheana said in the after show, Lala's built an empire for herself. I'm sorry. Send it to Daryl. Sweatshirts are not an empire. Good on you and congratulations. And go thank Ariana every day for that. But that is not an empire. I don't think, I have never seen your podcast, no offense, all offense, trending in top podcasts. I have seen Rachel Raquel's. I think even Shenanigans is hit up there maybe once or twice. But I have never seen Send It to Lala and Predator Randall, or now Send It to Lala with the two people she pays to live up her booty. No, charting. I haven't seen it charting. So what about the makeup? Are we doing the makeup anymore? Where is the empire? If it's just reality shows, it's just reality shows and that's fine. But what's the empire? I don't understand. Thank you, Nicole Larson, for the super sticker. Natasha says, I love when people are real and honest. That's why you're one of my favorite channels. That's so sweet of you. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much. That is really, really sweet of you. But we're united in don't give them Lala. Give us less Lala. The fact that she might head over to the Valley, she's going to ruin it. Mark my words, she will ruin that show. She will do the most, too much. It'll be inauthentic. It'll be dumb. The great thing about that show is you have a couple people that used to be in the Vanderverse, the Vanderpump verse, but now you have new characters that you've introduced us to. We don't need... I like when there's a little crossover. That's fun when we see people like, oh, hey. But now the more I see of what Lala especially is doing, please don't give me Lala over there. Please, dear Lord. Alex Basket Case or whoever, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, whoever's doing stuff over there, please don't give us Lala. Please don't. Please stop. Oh gosh. Susie Q. Brittany, be careful. Jax is kind of single now. Him and Lala can finish what they started, maybe. You guys. Sarah says, finally caught alive. Ran to grab my laptop so I could finally join your hilarious group chat. Yay, Sarah McBride. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you could join. I mean, I'd rather buy 1 million James May t-shirts than ever whatever Lala is doing or selling. And I know that people are wanting to return their Send It to Daryl sweatshirts. Yes. Oh, can you imagine Bear Chase versus Lala? because Beer Cheese is having fun sitting next to Lala now, laughing as Lala's talking shit about people. But the thing is, Beer Cheese, she talks shit about everybody. So you're on the docket. I mean, technically, she talked shit about you in the beginning when she was kind of going after your man being Jax, which now she'll deny. But okay, we saw this season. Cool. Awesome. But yeah, you're next. Scheana. You too, girl. Be careful what you share with her because everything's on the table when money's involved. That's what Lala has shown us. Everything. No stone will go unturned. No secret will stay a secret. You might as well tell James Kennedy, Jax Taylor your deepest, darkest secrets. Because when there's cash money and now she's got to pay for 2 homes, she will run the bus over you. Pretty soon she'll be talking about more than your mom and your publicist, your marriage, your mental health, the way you're a mother. I didn't want this. I don't want this to happen, but this is what she's showing us. This is who this person is. All right. In the words of Ariana, this is a pattern of behavior. This is who this person is. I used to have that little clip, but and you guys are going to be upset.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad. And Brock, we need you to zip it. We need you to zip it. You haven't been at the party. You just got here. Like you just transferred schools and now you know everything about the dynamics of people who have known each other since kindergarten. And you just transferred over junior year. Calm yourself, sir.
I think if I went for midlife crisis, I would just be I'll be out on a ranch just figuring that out, you know?
Brock, some people might say those shoes are a midlife crisis.
They really are. And obviously anyone who is currently friends with Lala and you think your secrets are safe with her or you think she's got your back, no, honey. You know whose back she has? Lala's. And she said that on her podcast. Just, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. She said she is only team Lala and team airtime and team money so she can pay for her houses.
It looks like we have some clowns who are desperate for airtime.
And she is going to be desperate for airtime to pay those bills. It's just embarrassing how hypocritical she's coming off and blaming the audience. I'm embarrassed for you, Lala. I'm very embarrassed for you.
How humiliating and degrading.
Heather Gay is telling you, a fellow Utah, how humiliating and degrading. Artist Fleetwood, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I appreciate all the laughter you bring into my life. And I thank you so much. Artist, you're such a sweetie. That is really kind of you to say. Thank you so much. Thank you for always showing up and being so wonderful. I appreciate all of you guys. And we just get through this together. Like therapy. When you got to listen to this, we need some therapy. You know, toxic people, liars, as Cat Williams says, they're all getting exposed in 2024. It's really like Cat Williams is like, he's a damn philosopher. I mean, Nostradamus, like he warned us about these liars and it's 2024.
All people that love the truth got to be happy if the truth coming out and lies is getting exposed. That's just what time it is. 2024, folks.
So what time it is? 2024. And they're just making it really easy to expose them because they're just ridiculous and hypocritical. And there's receipts everywhere. There literally is so many receipts on the internet that are so easy to find to disprove all of Lala's recent hot takes and claims.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
Literally everything.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
And I hate to do it too. You know, I hate, just like Cat Williams hates, I hate to do it too. But it's like, she's going to keep lying. You got to check it. Castradamus, Sarah says. Thank you, Jippity Bippity. Hit the like because Jolene is saving our sanity. You guys are saving mine. We're just helping each other. Yes. Lala exploded her character in 2024. And just like Ariana said, Tom Sandoval can fuck off. Lala can fuck off.
He is victim blame me 100% of the way. So I don't believe anything that just came out of his mouth. I think he's full of shit. And he can fuck off.
And isn't it interesting that that can still be said about Tom Sandoval? That was a year ago, and he has grown zero zilch nada, and you can still say all those things about this man. And that he has not grown. He still wants to be the victim, and he can literally fuck off. He still thinks something happened, but it didn't. Similar to what's happening with Lala. She thinks the viewers, the fans of Vanderpump Rules did something. It's like, no, you did it.
Nothing happened. You did it.
Nothing happened, Lala. You did it. This is the hill you want your reality TV career to die on? Okay.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump
Don't
Rules.
worry, I didn't watch either.
Okay, okay. We will be watching, though, because, yes. we'll
That's
be
why I
watching.
just asked, do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna watch any
until
of-
third
so I
part of the reunion. And it's going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on. And I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
Make me tired.
What?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yo, they make me tired. The way these bitches. Sir, I can't even take you seriously. I can't take him seriously. I cannot take this man seriously. But Lala, you might want to check your brother, your cis straight male brother, calling us bitches. You might just want to check that. You might just want to check that. You might just want to check that. You might just want to check it out. Caramello. Okay, you might want to check it. You might want to check it. Yes, Ariana made it very clear she's not being a cog, and his redemption arc is a killer line. That's what these people are so mad because they cannot. All the things, the way that Ariana continues to speak about this with such grace, such levity, such articulation, they could never touch this. They have to be like, yo, these rabies bitches, yo. Ariana is educating people about uninformed consent. My ass was like, what do you mean uninformed? What? Oh my God. My husband now. We've had a conversation. He's like, that is so interesting. Like, I'm like, right? She's like literally opened up our mind. She has opened up our mind. She's done. I did a Instagram little short and TikTok short about this. I didn't put it on YouTube, but I probably should have. For you guys, I apologize. But make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok. But I literally said what people are forgetting, and I know not any of us here, but the people that want to hate on Ariana and her fellow cast members are forgetting that what Ariana did in that scene when she went up to one of the executive producers or whatever, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and he was like, don't do this to me, Ariana. And she was like, no, these are my boundaries. Like this, I told you that this was not going to happen. I am now leaving. The way we saw her as a woman stand up to her employer in that moment was so empowering to every woman watching. Because there are so many times that women are, and I talked about this in the little Instagram short, but when we're expected to just take it, to just let people walk all over us, to not advocate for ourselves. We should be lucky to be there. We should be lucky to be in this group. It's like women are supposed to be above it. And in that moment, Ariana was like, no, bitch, I read my contract. I know that you cannot, this is a toxic work environment. And what you're doing to me right now, I'm not standing for it. Okay. I didn't sell my soul for this shit. No, you're not going to use me. Okay. I've stated my boundaries. I've stated my case. And I think that's really empowering for us to see on even like a silly reality television show, that we're able to see a woman take up for herself in such a powerful way. I think it's empowering to women everywhere, empowering to people everywhere, that you in fact can do that. And I do understand there's there's partly, there's privilege to be spoken about in that, in not only Ariana being a white woman, but also, her financial status. But I think it's got to start somewhere where we have to start seeing these things. And then hopefully, not to sound all Reaganomics, it'll trickle down to the rest of us. But it is empowering to see a woman, despite everyone trying to convince her to do something that isn't good or healthy for her, and make her feel bad and shame her, where she says, no, I'm leaving. And she leaves with probably the three people besides like Katie, leaves with three people who are actually true supporting friends of hers. Daniel, who she dates, Brad, who's one of her besties and has her back all the time, even against Lala. I've seen him in the comments section. Shout out to you, Brad. And then I don't know the other lady's name, but she seemed great. Lady in the pretty sequence dress. So what she's doing transcends reality TV and all this shit. It's actually really fucking powerful. And that's the beauty of, entertainment and different art forms, is when, we do get to see so much more than we were expecting. And I think that they should be thanking Ariana at this point, because she's bringing a sophistication and an education to this television show where everyone else is just so quick to sell their soul. And you should always advocate for your mental health, for your well-being. You should always put your boundaries out there. You know what I mean? And you should always expect and I hate to say have to fight for, but sometimes, a fight for that, because you're worth it and you deserve it. And you shouldn't have to be in a situation that is harmful to you. And if these people were really your friends, and if that show really cared about you, they would never try to talk you into something that could be detrimental to you like that. But what do I know? What the fuck do I know? I should have just said, yo, these bitches be foaming at the mouth. They got rabies, yo. What do I know? What do I know? Lala and Lala's dumb brother. Yes, April. It's okay to not be okay. And I just wish she had more support in that moment. But the fact that she could stand there, that was good fucking television. Ariana standing up against her employer, against the boss, Applesauce, and saying, not today. No. That's a vulnerability and a strength that Lala can't touch. Scheana can't touch. The Toms can't touch. Brock, okay, he can't touch. Even in his high heels, he can't touch that. So, oh my gosh. Let's see what you guys are saying, and then we'll wrap it up. How did we get here? I love your screen name. You are preaching. It's just like, ugh. Yeah. Kristen says Ariana's emotional or IQ is beyond that of the rest of the cast. Yes. And the thing is, they prefer to be willfully ignorant. They literally have Ariana like educating them on the regular. They could easily Google, read a book, but they just want to go, yo, these bitches are rabies. They rabid, finger guns. Lauren, please stop. Are we going to see Ocean doing that? Like, what is happening? It's not fun. It's not cute. I don't. I know yike it. Layla C says someone needs to explain it to Lala. You make money from Bravo. Who make money from advertisers. Who make money from us, the rabies victims, buying their product. You need us. We don't need you. You don't pay my bills, Lala. I could talk about your show with you on it or without you on it. And people will still watch. Because unlike you, I have formed a brand for myself, something I don't think you have done. There's not a lot of people that are just like, ooh, as much as you want to hate on Ariana and say she doesn't have a brand, there are people now who are putting brand sponsorship on her. You are fucking up your brand. So because you're so disingenuous, you're inauthentic, and you're just following the dollar signs. And people see that. It's coming off like tummy tea, waist trainers. Like those are what you're going to be. If you haven't already, which I'm sure you have, you're going to end up selling those. Oh my goodness. Heidi says her podcast dude needs to wash his damn hair and bathe. Well, he first of all needs to stop appropriating, his hair and cultures that are not his own. He looks like a whole ass fool. And I guarantee you, he has not educated himself at all on any of the things because he's dumb. DGF says, corny snaps. Shout out to my mods too. Amazing in the chat. DGF being one of them. Katie Fessy says, I love you. You make me laugh out loud to where I scare my kids. Oh no, my poor kids. Because my AirPods in. Also, side note, I haven't watched the last 6 episodes of VPR, but I've watched all of your lives. Way, way better. Thank you, Katie, and apologies to your children. for scaring them, but I'm glad that you can laugh. But yeah, that's always when my husband has his AirPods in and he's listening to like his, Viking sports line or whatever, and then he's like laughing or talking to them. And when you have your both AirPods in and you can't hear yourself, some of that noise cancellation, you're screaming. He's like, he's talking back to the thing. I'm like, oh God, okay. Denise says, I used to love Lala. I'm so disappointed in her. You rock, Jolene. You rock, Denise. Yeah, she's freaking disappointing. How shitty. To turn on us was like the last straw for me. Me and my husband, Chell, were, I picked him up from work last night and I brought the dogs with and we're driving home. And we were talking about that. He goes, wow, because he always has been not a Lala fan. He's like, I saw through her. And I was like, I was trying as like a fellow sober lady. I really wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, my husband Chell was like, no, she's just, and he's like, you are really finally seeing it. And I go, yeah. Once she turned on the fans, that was like the last straw for me. And it's not even turning on them, insulting us, calling us names. For what? It's going to be a rude awakening because there are a lot of mortgage payments to pay on that house. It's going to be a rude awakening, treating the people that watch your show, the reason you even have a job, because you're not marketable in anything else. Me and my husband, Chell, were trying to like ponder, speculate what you could do after this. And we didn't come up with much. I mean, I guess you could just go on to like reality show after reality show if they'll have you like those different competition ones or spinoffs. If they'll even have you. Tapu says, blah, blah had such good intuition last season. What happened? Is she using? I don't think it's that. I think if anything, she would be considered maybe like dry drunk at this point within her. Again, I don't know. I don't know about her recovery, but the way she's acting, it doesn't seem healthy for her recovery. It doesn't seem healthy to maintain sobriety, being this angry and having this much hate and flip-flopping and all that. But that's just me. And just because I say it doesn't make it true about sobriety. There's lots of different routes and it doesn't, Madeline says nobody foams at the mouth like blah, blah foams. She foams so much. Colleen Grits, Lala, screenshot this. Colleen says Ariana has always been my favorite. So speak for yourself, Lala Sour Grapes, right? Did you take a poll? Not one of those watch what happens live polls either, like a real polls. If they have her on Traders, I'm gonna boycott. I will call up Alan Cumming and be like, sir, please. Rachel, I hope not. Yeah, it's so inauthentic. It's so disingenuous. It's so gross now that she's like attacking us and she's having her lame brother do it too. Sir, actually don't get a girlfriend. Go to some therapy. You need some therapy if this is how you guys are doing it. Because if someone said that about her, oh my gosh. And this is just her being held accountable for her hypocrisy. Naomi says, how can she say Ariana was irrelevant? Thank you. Yeah. Like nobody ever talked about you, Lauren, except for your Randall scandal. It's sad if you look, his ex-wife, it's literally an older version of Lauren, he just traded. His ex-wife is, she's gorgeous. She's also a very good actress. She was in You on Netflix and a lot of other things. But I was always impressed with how she was able to deal with this. And she stayed very, very professional and didn't sink down. Because remember, Lauren from Utah for quite a while would take digs at his ex-wife, who is the mother of his two daughters. And then obviously, two of his daughters, I should say, because obviously Ocean is his daughter. But yeah, I always thought she was just a very classy lady, that she didn't sink down into like the gutter dumps with Lala when she was insecure and talking shit about his ex, that allegedly she might have been the mistress of that marriage. So horrible. Yay, did we hit 350 likes? You guys, we had almost, I think we had like 800 in here at one time. 350 likes. Keep hitting that like if you haven't already. Yeah, she just sounds, Linda D. Yeah, she sounds uneducated. Natasha says, yes, therapy. Variant says, I don't believe Lala ever had a drinking problem. I think she was planning for full custody. Interesting. I kind of do believe her, because when she talks about the blacking out, that's something that I can relate to. So I see where you're coming from, but that would be crazy. Is she? And I don't know if she's not California sober. No, because James was, and then she had a problem with that. Yeah, stop calling fans bitches. Thank you, Irene. Easton, whatever your weird name is. Please stop that. You sound ridiculous. No woman's going to touch a dick when you're out there just calling people bitches. You're going to, and I don't want to bring this up, but they make, and their little Jessica producer lady, they make some weird jokes. Like incestual kind of jokes where I'm like, even Jessica did in the recent episode, because Lala's like, we used to bathe together. And then her friend Jessica goes, yeah, they just stopped like 2 years ago. I'm like, they just let anybody have a podcast. And I feel like there should be some kind of qualifiers. Right, Stormy? He's just as gross as she is. When I heard him be like, these bitches, I was like, no. Star R says, Lala using therapy speech and acts like she's on this journey. I know. And is teaching others. You can't be teaching anyone. You haven't taught yourself shit. No. Just no. She's just jealous and a hypocrite and thinks she's special. Water tour, anyone? Wow. Yeah. If adding Lala to the show means more water tastings, sign me out. Fire me. Okay. Thank you, Star. Yeah, she does that thing where she's just somehow, she has all the answers, but all the answers are things she should do. And all the things she's accusing people of are things she has done. Oh, God. Yeah. Get over yourself, Lala. The worst thing you can do, and I always say this, the worst thing you can do, look at my fun hair here, is believe your own hype. Once you start believing your own hype, it's over for you. And I think Lala has been believing her own hype for a long, long time. All right, you guys. So there you have it. That is our, why is Lala like this? Well, I think today in the court of Joleen, we have, maybe I should have used my gavel. Shout out to Emily D. Baker. We have decided there are many reasons, and we have listed those reasons for you here today. And all of you in the live chat have listed many reasons why Lala is like this. And it is a layered conversation that is interesting and I'm interested in having. And I think you guys, obviously, you're interested in having too. So we will keep having it as this dumpster fire of a season continues. We do have part 1 of the reunion. I will be here for you guys. I think what I'm going to do is similar to what I did last week is I will go live probably right after the first part of the reunion. And then again the next day. So you'll catch me one of those. If you can catch me both, awesome. If you can't, I'll do it both because we're going to need to talk about it a lot, And I'm going to have to reach out to some of my friends again. We're going to have to call Ryan Bailey. We got to get Ryan Bailey over here. I got to talk. We got to talk. It's been a while. I was last on his. It's been a while since he was on my show. So I'm going to reach out to Ryan Bailey and be like, sir, please come over. We need to chat. We always have fun with Ryan Bailey. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like on the way out. Don't forget to leave a comment if you haven't already. Check out my videos from yesterday too. And if you do like the parodies, let me know some people you want me to do parodies of or things in the Bravoverse and that, and just put it in the comment section. Jody, thank you so much. Shout out to my super chatters. Jody, Power of Power, thank you for becoming a member. Jill Christine, Tiffany Jefferson, Christina, Osfly Girl, Pamela B, Susie Q, Nicole Larson, Artist Fleetwood, Evelyn. Oh my God, I missed this, Evelyn. Evelyn, thank you for being a member for 35 months. You're amazing. Evelyn says, why did Andy say Lala and Brock were the MVPs? Because he is trying to sell this narrative. I think they're terrified that Ariana's not coming back, possibly not Katie coming back. And they were trying to run the Sandoval redemption arc. And so they used Lala and Brock, who were happy for a paycheck and some screen time. And they used them to push forth this narrative of Ariana has a big ego and Tom Sandoval is just poor Tom Sandoval. And it didn't work because we're not stupid. And so then Andy had to literally go on his podcast and eat his words and apologize and say, I shouldn't have said it like that. Because that's how bad he fucked up. He had to hit up his Radio Andy and be like, I shouldn't have said that. I just was saying they're interesting this season. But you will never hear Lala and Brock, voices of reason. That doesn't even make sense. Even if they hadn't acted the way they have this season doesn't make sense. And Pamela, thank you. Yo, I'm a gangsta. Pow, pow, pow. That is literally Lala. It's like, ma'am, you are rounding the corner on like 35 years old now. Let's come on. And yeah, figure out what her empire is and stop gaslighting us, Andy. We don't like gaslighters. All right. You guys are amazing, beautiful, wonderful. We're going to remind you one more time in case you joined us late of what Lala and her dumb brother said. And then the outro. And I look forward to reading all your comments in the comment section. And thank you so much for participating in the live chat. And follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram and TikTok. And I also have at No Offense, All Offense on Instagram if you want to follow both of those. Okay. And thank you for those of you who hit me up on the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. All right. Long Minnesota goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll be back with a video very soon. Bye.
The finale episode of Vanderpump aired last night. Did anyone watch it? Did they show my purge?
I was unaware. I was supposed to be watching Vanderpump
Don't
Rules.
worry. I didn't watch either.
Okay. Okay. We will be watching though because yes.
That's why I just asked. Do I have to watch this?
No.
Or can I just freeball it when we're talking about it?
No, because I'm not going to talk. I'm not addressing any VPR
Beautiful.
news
Don't wanna
until
watch any
third
so I
part of the reunion. And it's
Beautiful.
going to be very quick. You guys don't need to weigh in. I don't want questions. I'm going to say my piece. We're going to move on. And I never want to discuss season 11 again. And I hope by that time everyone gets their fucking rabies shots because they're foaming at the mouth. These fucking bitches in these streets on socials. I'm like, yo.
Amen, amen. We got
I'm tired.
What?
I said they make me tired. The rabies bitches.
Toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they're getting, and they will leave. Yeah.
I don't give a about anybody else but me.
I don't want to kill the vibe, but Raquel has a type.
What's the type?
Brock, Tom, be careful tonight.
Okay.
A type for blood?
Men that are taken.
It looks like we have some clowns who are desperate for airtime.
I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch.
This guy that I haven't spoken to in, however many months, all of a sudden is some sort of authority on who I am and how I live my life and what I think and feel. Well, that's interesting. Just like a man.
Don't f with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
Away in a manger, no crib for his bed. Nope, it's not gonna work. Hold on.
Totally, that's off.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Where's Meredith Marks when I need her?
The rumors, the nastiness, the rumors, the nastiness. You want me to go there with her husband? I can go there.